Alright, welcome back to Living Off Grid. Okay, so just got back from vacation, Gulf Shores, had a good time, got a good tan. It's back to work tomorrow, and thought I'd get a little bit of work done on the cabin too. Yesterday, Saturday, I spent all day cutting grass because I had a jungle going on. Alright, so what I'm working on right now is skinning the roof here with these 1x4s, 1x6s. And I've got about half done. That's just one side here. I'm peeking up through the hatch right now, and as you can see, I've been putting my safety harness to use, and coming in quite handy because this roof is a little bit steep, but that's okay. Alright, so as you can see, these all the ones that are lighter colored, I had almost all of them I had up before we left, and some of these ones here that got a little bit of mold on them, they were sitting on the ground while we were going. Oops, sorry, bumped myself. That's not a problem. That sun will fade that out and kill it pretty quickly. A lot of my boards have had a little bit of something like that on them, but the sun burns it off and gets rid of it, and that's the boards dry out because all this is green, remember. No big deal. I'm not putting that board in yet. This one right here, the rafter. As you can see, there's one missing there. The reason being, and I'll go underneath, is that is how I'm getting the boards on the roof. Okay, so I'm putting my boards up through that hole and getting them onto the roof here. I'll be able to come in later and secure it to the hatch and a standoff board that I've got right up there. At least that's the way I intend to do it. I'll just fit a 114 inch and a quarter long board there, so I've written down the dimension already. There it is. 111 and 3/4. I just said 114. Alright, so something I had to do before we left as well is I had to add a stiffening board here and over in that corner, because as I'm getting higher up on this roof, I'm noticing a little bit more, I don't have siding all the way up on this, and I also don't have sheeting on the inside. So here's what's going to happen. To create a shear wall, I'm going to, through almost, 40 inches, I'm going to run plywood all the way down this wall. And that'll do the same thing as these stiffening boards. That'll stiffen that wall up. Now, on the other side, I'll do the exact same thing. I'll run plywood the whole wall length, and that'll stiffen that up. And then on the bottom floor, because of the way we're going to decorate the walls in the living room, that's all going to be plywood. And the center wall that runs down the middle of the house is going to have plywood on it. And then you can't see it from here because it's covered up by boards, but my bathroom down there, I'm going to have plywood in that corner because it's where the shower is going to be, and I want something sturdy. So several of the walls are going to get some stiffening with plywood. My closet here as well is going to have plywood in there, so at least half of this back wall and at least half of the front wall and these upper walls will all have plywood on them, just to add as some bracing material. Now there's something else I've done, and I'm not sure that I've already sent the video out or not. I don't think I did. Is to tie the first and second floor together, I'm going to come up with plywood, and on this funky looking structure that you see here, it's actually going to have some hidden bracing in it. It kind of looks like a picnic table turned up on its side. It's not finished yet. I've still got to add a board that runs back just a little bit and goes all the way up to the top and connects there, and then one that runs from the outside edge all the way down to the bottom. So that'll be a 4-foot stiffening wall or stick out wall. And one of the reasons for it one, to hide that bracing, but two, my stovepipe's going to be running all the way up through there. And the last thing I want somebody to do is somebody up here on the second floor, which is probably going to be younger people, Cole, children, whatever, grandkids. I don't want them touching that stovepipe. So, and it's going to pop out the top of the roof right there, or pop out the top of the wall. I haven't decided yet. I'll probably pop it out the wall near the top. So if you'd imagine a window like this one right there, I got this space above it. I'll probably pop it out, do a little thing, and stick it out the wall. Because I added the stiffening wall, I have to take this board out, move it over here, and then add myself a little block right there and a little block up here, because I got to shift the window over about 3 inches. That way I can trim it out. I'll be able to trim it out. Otherwise I can't trim it. It'll look weird. The same thing when I frame the other window. I'll go ahead and take account for that. Kind of a blunder on my part. I added the stiffening wall after the fact. Should have planned. I had it in mind, but I never really did it, and I thought about it and thought about it and thought about it, and then, yeah, okay, I better do it. So what this stiffening wall consists of is a 3x6 there. There's a 3x6 right there. And that matches what's up there on the ridge beam. The ridge beam is 3 inches thick, so that basically matches connection points coming down with these 1.5 by 6s. That's what those boards are. So the total thickness is 6 inches. It really did stiffen things up considerably, at least on the roof ridge. And I'm doing something similar over here above the stairs. I hope this video don't make your eyes sick. Alright, so I'm coming down about 32 inches, and I'm putting a little stiffener there. And so what I'm going to do, if you look, there's going to be a wall. I'm going to try to zoom out. There we go. That's better. There's going to be a wall right here at the top of the stairs that separates this room from the stairwell, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up just above the windows there and go over a bit above, well above head height. So they're going to be a little short wall that comes out and ties to this wall. And I'm thinking about coming out another 3 feet, maybe 4 feet, with a partial wall to act as a further stiffening, kind of also another separator for that room, give it a little more privacy. Now, the other change we're doing, right about where those boards are, I'm going to go ahead and add some floor, and we're going to create a little cubby hole back here, and it's going to have a short wall, again, right about where those boards are, coming out about 3 feet. That'll get some plywood on as well. It'll connect all the way up to the roof, and it'll come across, and that'll give me a little cubby hole back in here. Really don't have no purpose for it other than it's a little extra space, something where I could stick some storage or something. And it'll allow me to maybe put a light or something above the door in like the little ceiling area there. But it's well above the headroom, so you should go down. There will be a little wall, like basically right there. And that'll work out kind of well. Now, turning around, the pantry area. Okay, so the pantry area, try not to trip myself here. Just past the opening for the roof hatch here, basically this next rafter is where the wall's going to be for the separation of Cole's bedroom, the spare bedroom, and the pantry. And it's going to come out to where we have about a 3 or 4 foot path through here. Probably I'm going to go maybe 42 inches, just to be a little wider than 3, a little less than 4. And then we're going to go that way with a short wall. And then the wall won't come right up to the this wall. There'll be a sliding door here. It'll be like one of those barn doors. So when you come up to the top of the steps, which is where I'm at now, right in front of you is going to be a sliding barn door. And you can go into the pantry, and you'll have plenty of space in there. So with that being said, that's why I'm adding some of the extra stiffeners, because I had originally had planned on this being a stiffening wall for this end piece here, and then putting the slider over here, maybe doing that. I could still do that, but I think it's more convenient to come to the very top of the steps and then just slide it over. That's the way I think that'd be better. And let's see. I think everything's working out. I got about, like you can see here, I've got the overhang plus almost halfway up the roof line. So about half the roof here on this side is covered in boards now. And I've still got a good little pile. I don't have quite enough to go maybe 3 or 4 more courses before I have to cut another tree down. That's taking quite a bit of lumber when you're siding the whole thing. And I have this whole side to do as well. So a little bit slow going, but it's getting there. Weather's been cooperating pretty good lately, but I went on vacation, so whatever. Now, as you can see, got a good view out through here. It's nice and cool under here. She's down there running the air conditioner right now. We've had a really sunny day. It got kind of warm. So she's been running the air. She's probably looking at me right now like, what are you doing? Yeah, we parked the car up here so we could unload it. Anyway, moving along. Probably should start thinking about adding some of that plywood, but I want to get this roof on first. Get this thing at least halfway dried in, and then I can start getting the house wrap. I've already got the rolls of felt, and that white thing is actually a roll of wrap. It looks like PVC pipe, but that's a 100-foot roll, 9-foot tall wrap, which is enough to go all the way around this house on one floor. So these being shorter walls, I'll be able to save some of that and go right up here. So that way I can get it mostly dried in as soon as I get the roof on it. I'm leaving it open right now up here just for the airflow and dry out some of these boards. Here's a good example. You can see this board here had a little bit of that dark stuff on it, and it's already fading out. This one here was just like it. Now it's faded out. So it does go away. I'm probably going to put some kind of deck wash that kills mold or something on them. I'm not particularly worried about it though. Just to give you an example, these rafters up here, you probably can't see them that well, but that one in particular was really dark, and now it's starting to look like the others. That sun really does a good number of getting to them. Another reason why I'm leaving it open. Give it some airflow, heat, letting it all dry. Alright, well, enough talking. I'm going to go get me something to eat and duck down there. Enjoy my work here from afar. It's coming along. Got a little ways to go. And man, these things are handy. This roof is steeper than it looks. If I had to do it over again, I would not do a second floor. I would have done a shallow roof, a small attic, and just let it be. But having the extra space, I think, is worth it. It's kind of cool, and they'll have somewhere for the heat to go, and we'll be cool downstairs. And I think it'll make a nicer home. And if we have to take on a couple of people, kids or whatever, for half a minute, we're gonna have the extra space. So you know how it is. Kids sometimes make their way home. Anyway, love everybody. Talk to you on the next one.